Give me the splendid silent sun. With all his beams full dazzling, give me juicy autumnal fruit ripe and red from the orchard. Give me a field where the unmowed grass grows. Give me an arbor. Give me the trellised grape. Give me fresh corn and wheat. Give me serene moving animals, teaching content. Give me nights perfectly quiet, as on high plateaus west of the Mississippi, and I looking up at the stars. Give me odorous at sunrise a garden of beautiful flowers, where I can walk undisturbed. These to procure, incessantly asking, rising in cries from my heart, while yet incessantly asking, still I adhere to my city, day upon day and year upon year. O city, walking your streets, where you hold me in chain at a time certain, refusing to give me up, yet giving to make me glutted, enriched of soul, you give me forever faces. Hello, Guardians, and welcome to a new Solar 3.0 build. This I call the Splendid Silent Sun build, because here we are building around the exotic Dawn Chorus, which is kind of themed after the rising sun. And so that poem quote from Leaves of Grass by Walt Whitman I thought was fun to read. This build is very much built around the idea of scorching enemies, like this, and then having that scorch do as much damage as we possibly can. You saw how quickly that guy just got melted between me scorching him with my grenade, or with my charged melee attack, and then applying more scorch with my Prometheus lens. We can build into that even a little bit more by adding in some Font of Might modifications, and a few other little tricks and things we can do with our fragments and aspects. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do like this build and want to see more, please consider subscribing to the YouTube channel. That would help me out so much. And without further ado, let's get into the Splendid Silent Sun. So, for the Splendid Silent Sun build, what we are looking at here is a sort of a synergy between Dawn Chorus and Prometheus Lens, as well as our charged melee attack. So, if we take a look at the perk on Dawn Chorus, it says, your daybreak projectiles cause targets to scorch on contact. Your scorch effects deal more damage, and you gain a small amount of melee energy each time your scorch effects damage a target. So essentially, if that scorch is the same scorch as what's in our Solar 3.0 toolkit, then every time we pop our charged melee attack with Dawn Chorus on, we should be doing more damage over time to enemies that are scorched. We're then applying even more scorch to those enemies with our Prometheus lens to get them to ignite more quickly. And we're building into the ignite functionality a little bit in our aspects and fragments. So let's take a quick look at the basics of the build. We're running the Daybreak so that when we do Daybreak, it gives us that extra damage with Dawn Chorus, so that's good. Empowering Rift is just going to give us more damage because we have classy Restoration on our Bond, which we'll talk about a little bit later for healing. And we're using our Incinerator Snap melee attack, our charged melee. You can use any grenade that you want with this build. Fusion grenades are just kind of for DPS. If you want to throw in a healing grenade or whatever you need, that's fine. For our aspects, we've got Touch of Flame, which is going to make that fusion grenade explode twice, giving us a little bit of extra damage there. And then we're using the Heat Rises perk because this is going to help us get our melee attack back more quickly. When we defeat targets in the air while we are airborne, we get more melee attack. It says here, final blows while airborne increase the duration of Heat Rises and grant melee energy. You want to be getting kills while airborne to get that melee attack back as quickly as. For our fragments, I said we've built into the scorching. So Ember of Singeing is going to allow our class ability to recharge faster when we scorch targets. We're scorching everybody all the time, so we should get our Rift back quite quickly. Solar ignitions have increased area of effect, so we're scorching everyone. Those scorch stacks are building up to cause ignitions. Those ignitions are having an increased area of effect. That's very good. Powered melee attacks against combatants make you and your allies radiant. This is a big one. So we're using our Incinerator Snap a lot, and that's giving us radiance, which is going to be a 25%, I believe, damage buff to everything. And then defeating scorched targets grants melee energy. So that scorch DOT that we're adding all the time is going to give us melee energy back. That's where I'm at with that. with the class setup. And then I would suggest, whatever primary you like. We're going to be on the energy weapon a lot, so, something that you can switch to quickly. This isn't the best combo because it's double energy, so you might want to find something else that is primary ammo up here. Something that you can just kind of swap to and shoot. Like, I don't know. There isn't a great option in my opinion here, and if you know one, please let me know what it is. But like something like this that has Wellspring could be good to get some of those abilities back more quickly. Prometheus Lens is a great choice here. So is Skyburner's Oath. Both of those weapons apply Scorch, so I would suggest either one of those would be great. Another choice here is to also rock an incandescent weapon down here. So defeating a target spreads Scorch to those nearby. So incandescent is a really good way to get Scorch applied if you don't want to use an exotic down here. I have an incandescent Drang that I really like a lot. So you could definitely do this build with Prometheus Lens, but you could also do it with like a Drang or a Staccato or whatever you've got with incandescent on there, and maybe a Wither Horde up top would be really, really good too. As far as mods go, it's pretty straightforward. Classy Restoration for healing, Melee Wellmaker for Solar Wells when we do that Incinerator Snap, Font of Might. The Solar Wells are going to give us Font of Might, which is going to boost our solar weapon damage. Well of Life is going to give us extra healing when we pick up those Solar Wells. You can swap that one out. Classy Restoration will probably take care of that, so you might not need Well of Life there. So you could do a maybe like a High Energy Fire, and then maybe like an Explosive Wellmaker for more Solar Wells. But again, you could do, if you wanted to do like a Elemental Charge here, and then instead of Well of Life, do like a High Energy Fire. To give you that extra, even more DPS potentiality would be really useful. Would be really fine too. So that's it. That's the build. I don't know. I'm just playing around with it. Prometheus Lens, Dawn Chorus, the Splendid Silent Sun, Sun Rising, Dawn Chorus. That kind of thing. So let me know what you think of this build. Do you think it's viable? Do you think it's good? Do you think this is a worthy exotic? Love to hear your comments and suggestions, and I'll leave you with a little bit of gameplay.
Another nightmare rises, but this one is stronger. Go and extinguish it.